Y'all hear the coyotes? Coyotes and dogs. This time I'm using this. Cooking some meat again. Hey Andrew, what's up, man? Cooking some meat outside on my porch. Using this seasoning. What's up, man? Did a live last night. Decided I'd do another one today. Got my little fireplace, electric fireplace going. Putting out some heat. This is my tiny cabin I'm building on. Used to just be a storage building. What's up, Phil? Dinner is right now. I'm going to pull it off right this second. I started it beforehand. But before I do that, I'm going to go over here, get the coffee perking so it'll be ready. There we go. Get that plugged up. How y'all doing? Oh, I'm knocking over things. Andrew Hagee's in here twice. All right, there's what we're having. Steak again. Probably well done. And not sure what to do with this. I'll just take it in here and set it on the ground, I guess. My neighbors have some dogs. They're good neighbors, but them dogs kind of got good sniffers. And they smelt the food that I was cooking last night, I think. They were over here this morning, stole my butter. I left my butter out on the porch so it wouldn't melt. And dogs came and got it. Howdy, Dursim. Hey, Herb. What's up, man? Appreciate everybody coming in. I'm trying to get my cooking stuff in here, and then I'm going to sit down and eat again. I want to come to your house. I am having grilled cheese. Come on. My door's open to you. I was going to have eggs. I bought a whole thing of eggs last night. But I stuck them in my truck this morning so that they wouldn't get stolen by the dogs. And then I read on GPT, if eggs are refrigerated, the longest you want them not refrigerated after you buy them is 2 hours. So I didn't feel like dying of salmonella poisoning. Let me get this set. I know y'all, I do the worst lives. I just throw y'all around like crazy. But my stupid tripod is giving me troubles. Alright, here we go. Let me see if I can actually sit on my bed this time. I moved my stove, got it right below the electric box because I had to do some work and move stuff around. I need to get y'all close enough to I can agree with what you're saying though. Looks like a good dinner, says Frank. Hey Frank. There's Ginger. Love the stove. Thank you. Thank you. I bought this at Menards the other day. It's remote control, but I don't read instructions very well. I put the batteries in it, worked fine this morning, and now it ain't working, the remote. I don't know. I don't know if it has to be reset every time or what. Get you some fresh latex eggs. If they never go into refrigeration, you can store them at room temperature. Okay, great. Yeah. If I could get me some farm eggs, that's exactly what I'd do. I didn't know you could do that till about, I'd say 5 or 6 years ago. Did y'all see where I put my food? It's in the floor. My food just went in the floor. Look at that. There's no telling how many crunchies I'm gonna eat now. Oh boy. Got all over my sleeping bag. I'm gonna smell like steak in the morning. I think I'm gonna sit down here. Not latex. Yeah, I kind of, at first I thought, is he joking? Thought you might be making a joke. But then I kind of figured I knew what you're talking about. Can you believe I dropped my steak? I mean, completely on this nasty, dirty wood floor. You can't even see how dirty and nasty it is, but it's just got dust and grass and insulation and, oh boy. This is my life though, when I ain't getting to edit everything. Remember the 5 seconds? Yeah, is there more than 5 seconds? That's for sure. Yeah, and them dogs. I'm for real nervous about eating this now. I mean, I ain't scared of eating something that was on the floor. I just don't want to break my teeth on something crunchy. Y'all wouldn't believe what I did for Dare at work the other day, just so I could get a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. Alright, let me see. They said they tenderized this thing, but it's... Oh. The only part that's tender is the fat. Pretty tough. The cheaper they are, the tougher they are, I suppose. This one was about $6, but it said it was tenderized. It looked more like something you'd make a fried steak out of. 8 people, 6 likes. I appreciate it. So what are y'all up to today? What's everybody doing? I stayed here last night. Got up this morning and started to do a little bit of work. Andrew Hayes says, yes, sir. Andrew, I'm going to ask you a question. And you probably hate this question because you probably hear it all the time. What do you think I'm going to ask you? I'm scared to swallow this. Can't get chewed up good. My question, Andrew, is I know you're a Christian. Are you any kin to John Hagee? I think I might have to spit this out. I can't get it chewed up enough to swallow. Yeah, I couldn't get that chewed up enough to swallow. He says he has no idea if he is or not. Y'all, this is the worst meat I have ever eaten. It tastes good, but that is so tough. Everybody don't forget to move your... Oh, is that tonight? Time change? Wow. It's one of my favorite things every year is time change, and I hadn't even been keeping up with it. I love when it gets dark super early. Most people I know don't like it. There goes your excuse. Yeah. If anybody got any videos out? New videos? I think Woodsman put one out today. Mission Discover, Nolan, he put one out alive. I mean, that thing got like, I think like 116,000 views last time I saw. And it was a long live, it was like 3 hours. If y'all can go check that out, that'd be cool. He says, no sir, I'm not kin to John Hagee. I know Herb had a video come out not long ago with Minnesota Mike. This has to be the worst meat I've ever tried to eat. Need another log on that fire. Yeah, I was actually going to be in my hot tent tonight with my stove, and I stay so busy trying to get this little place done. It takes all my time, it seems like. What's up, Dan? Outdoors Dan. So I was telling y'all this morning, I woke up, started working on this place. Went and had lunch. Then I saw in Marketplace that somebody had this big old armoire. Well, I've been needing one. This big old huge, I'll show y'all in a minute. This thing is going to go in front of this. There's going to be a hole cut in the back of it, and it's going to sit right up against there once this wall's done. And that's when I'm going to hang my clothes in, and the bottom part just has a bunch of little shelves. Andrew, y'all got any videos coming out soon? How's your dad doing? How's everybody else doing? There's Shadow said need another log on fire. I appreciate y'all coming in. These lives, I feel like last night and tonight, really kind of boring lives, but it's something to do. I had a video come out today. It's not doing so great. Andrew, he's doing good. Him and my mom are in the mountains. Oh, man. That is awesome. Wish I could be there. Lost said hi. Howdy, Lost. How you doing? Steak and beans, coffee beans. That is. Oh. I do have coffee going over there. I don't know if y'all can see it. That's going to be my kitchen over yonder. That was given to me. And I'm snorting just like I did yesterday. I'm all clogged up, all in my snot and stuff. But anyway, coffee's ready. Y'all, this stuff tastes so good. Of course, I'm from West Texas, and that's all they have there is mesquite. But this thing is terrible. That thing is... It's like eating a bag of gummy worms. Old gummy worms. Like this one feels like I'm chewing on a rubber band. I don't know if it's gristle or muscle or what's in there. But it's all I have, so I'm trying to eat it. I had no butter. If y'all wasn't here earlier, I didn't have no butter to cook it in because the neighbor's dog stole my butter this morning off my front porch. And they're constantly leaving me presents in the yard. The dogs, that is. Ooh, I had to turn that thing off for a minute. Your video with Tyler earlier today was a good one. Did you ride? Nope. I did not ride the backpack. I was scared that was a bait back. I appreciate you watching the video, though. Tyler's from Alabama. Met him I think this is my third year to know him, I think. Met him fishing one time. And he comes down every year for about 3 months. Him and I don't know if it's his girlfriend or wife or whatever. And they stay with her family. So every once in a while, me and him get together when he's here. Go fishing or something. Crock pot for 6 hours with cream and mushroom soup. Damn, the only problem with that is I'm on that diet. I don't know if it's possible to crock pot something and just butter and water maybe. But I can't do the cream and mushroom. Anybody got any questions, comments? I'll be done with this soon, hopefully. I ain't eating half of it. I'm spitting it out. Wrong time of the year to diet. I know. But I think it is rawhide leather, Shadow. That's just terrible. So if y'all wasn't here last night, I went to the doctor several times for different things. Well, they kept telling me I was fine, you're perfect, nothing's wrong with you. I was having chest pains though. So they finally referred me to an actual heart doctor. Hey, Mission, what's up? I was just telling everybody earlier to go watch your live if they could. And congratulations on that live, dude. You killed that one. You got so many views on that. I'm still not completely finished with it, but I love steak with A1 steak sauce. Yeah, I used to hate A1 steak sauce when I was younger. But as I got older. Anyway, my heart doctor told me I was already doing mostly the carnivore diet. And I thought he was going to chew me out for it because my regular doctor told me, you're on the verge of a heart attack. Your cholesterol's went up. Blah, 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 blah. You need to take this medication. Well, I didn't take the medication. Mission Discover says, thanks. Y'all go watch that if you can. My heart doctor, I mean, I can't say everything he said because I don't want to get him in trouble. But he basically told me that what most doctors are taught is for this. He said the best diet anybody could. He said our bodies are naturally perfect and made to take care of themselves if we eat right. And he said himself, he said all he eats every single day, 5 eggs in the morning, he eats meat at night. And he cooks it all with butter. That's it. And drinks lots of coffee. I've been listening to a doctor on YouTube saying the same stuff. They said everything we've heard in the past is just, a lot of it's not true. Like the salt, they said eat as much salt as until you're satisfied. My heart doctor told me your cholesterol means nothing. He said your cholesterol, if you're eating right, it's going to go up, it's going to go down, and it's going to stay in between. He said it's because it's made to fix your body. So he said don't even get tested for the cholesterol. Anyway, It's a long story, but been watching all that stuff online too. Do y'all know who Random Adventures is? Tony Random Adventures. It's the same diet he's on, and he's actually the first one that, or the second one that told me about it. He had a stroke and then started eating nothing but meat and eggs and butter. He'll eat butter raw. Everything that we've been told is bad for, but it needs to be real meat, not processed. Got to get to work on some video and classwork stuff. Good luck, Randy. Thanks, Mission. Appreciate it, man. Once again, congratulations on that live. That was awesome. Eggs, good from the top of your head to your toes. I'm not a big fan of eggs, but I don't know if y'all noticed, but I lost a lot of weight, and that was even eating processed meat. I was eating nothing but bacon, sausage, beef jerky, hamburger meat, eggs, all cooked in butter. And sometimes I'd cook a little bit of cabbage with lots of butter. And I'd put a lot of smoked turkey sausage in there. And I ended up losing 20 pounds like fast within 2.5 weeks. And like I say, I've seen that heart doctor twice. He finally released me because he told me his goal is to make people better to where they don't have to keep coming back. And so he told me all my levels were good except for my inflammation because of the processed meat. I was doing all meat pretty much, but it was processed meat. And he told me, he's like, stop doing processed meat. Meat, real eggs, every day, cooked in butter. As much coffee as you want, whatever kind of seasoning you want. He says, and once a year get tested. He even told me, I asked him, I said, do you have a local doctor? Or I asked him if he lived local, and he said, why? I said, well, I figured if you got a local family practitioner doctor, I'd go get the same one. And he says, I don't have a doctor. He says, you don't need a doctor. He says, if you're eating right, you don't need a doctor unless there's an emergency, you break your arm or something. But he said, as far as the heart and all this natural stuff, he said, if you eat right, it takes care of itself. You won't have to have a doctor. He is very convinced about it. Yep, and this is his second time to see me. He said once a year get tested for my inflammation. And he said as long as that, this was the cool part about it to me. I was still sitting in the room and he had left out. I was waiting for the lady to come bring me my paper or whatever. Well, he's in his office and he hollers down the hallway, Randy! I was like, yeah? Come here! It was really funny. So I get up and I walk down and I go into his office. He's sitting at his computer. He says, come here, look at this. And so I went behind and I'm looking at this computer screen. And he's showing me all my levels. He said, this is what I had you tested for. He said, all your levels are perfect. Everything. He said, everything is good. Everything's perfect. He said, except the inflammation. It was really high. He said it needs to be in the single digits, preferably 1 or 2 or 3, but at least in single digits. And mine was, I think, maybe 30 or something. I can't remember. And he said it was that processed meat. He said, stop eating the processed meat. Real meat, real eggs, cooked in butter. He kept saying that over and over and over and over. Okay, I'm done eating. Now I can maybe get on the bed and talk with y'all. My greasy, nasty, grimy bed now because it's got steak juice all over it. That's so gross, y'all. Let me show it to you. That's gross. Let me turn this light on real quick. Look at that. This is what I got to sleep on tonight. It landed down there. It got all over my insulation, all over the floor. I'm gonna have to find something. I'm gonna have to find something to wash that down with. Hey Phil, you still here? You recognize this? That's my pillowcase, y'all. Who can tell me where I got this pillowcase? It's getting a little bit chilly in here. I'm not sure what to talk about. He said, Phil says, yes, I just bought my granddaughter the silly snake one. Byron's Baits, of course. Yep. I was thinking, I think I might have told you this before, but I was thinking about seeing if his grandma would let me pick out some material. She could tell me what kind of material it needs to be, and then send it to him, and then pay to have her make me one out of it. Y'all want to see this armoire? I think that's what it's called. I actually think this was just an entertainment center, but it was an old guy, man and woman. He kept calling it an armoire, but so this is it, and it's pretty big. That's gonna go right over here against this wall. This will be behind it. But there was no place. He had a shelf made in here. I took it out already. There was another shelf in here. And I'm going to probably take this one out. And I'm just going to have a bar mounted up there that goes across. And this will be where I hang all my shirts and stuff. Shirts and pants. I got to get a little magnet thing up here so it'll stay shut right. Gave this to me for free, man. Free. I mean, and I even like these. I'll probably paint them black or something. Here's the bottom part. I think the little magnet thing's coming apart. So these shelves, I can do my wash rag and towels and my shorts, socks, and underwear. All that kind of stuff. It is nice, especially for free. I mean, and it's solid wood. The only place that ain't wood is the very back. This part here, kind of cardboardish, but all this other stuff is real wood. I think it is anyway. If it ain't, it sure feels like it. That thing is heavy. How old is it? Could be. I don't think it's that old. Because I think Like this top part, I think, is pressed wood. So I'm thinking, I don't know. Uh-oh. Would it be 80s? Phil likes my ceiling fan. Thank you. I like that too. I thought it was really cool. And it was cheap and it works really good. But see, it's got places here where you can cut out. That thing is so heavy. And I had two people help me get it in my truck to haul it here. And then I didn't have no help getting it out. That was a chore. I had to put my truck in 4-wheel drive and back all the way down to my porch. I slid it out the bottom first, tilted it up, then drove my truck and parked it up there. And then I tilted this sideways through the door, laid some cardboard under the front end of it, got on top of it, went through the door, lifted up, and just started pushing. And I just pushed and pushed and pushed, and it slid on that cardboard till I finally got it in here. People use those to hide their TV in. Herb, yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it ain't really an armoire like that man kept calling it, but it'll work as an armoire. And I kept asking them before they gave it to me. I said I need it to be 7 foot or less, and they said it's 7 foot 6 inches. I mean 6 foot 6 inches. I'm like, that'll work. Where the label on the back? Let me go look. Oh. I can't get this screen to work right. There's that. See, entertainment center. It says it right there, description, entertainment center. So this wasn't an armoire. Maple, Florent. It don't have a year that I can see. But it's definitely an entertainment center, but it's going to be an armoire. That's how I'm going to use it. What did that say? Hooker furniture. Oh, Lord. Now I'll be giving a hard time about that. There's no label in here. I'm pretty excited about it, man. I mean, you can't beat that for free. I've been needing one, and I've been looking at them, and people's been wanting $100 here, $150 there. I found one or two that was like $75, but they were gone before I could even message. And this one said free. And I messaged the lady, and she's like, I'm sorry, somebody else already. And I was like, oh. And she says, if I don't hear from her, I'll let you know. I said, please do. And she ended up, I texted her back again with my phone number. I said, here's my number if you don't hear from her. And then she texted me a little later. She said, you can come get it. I said, I'll be there. Let me go dump this stuff out of the back of my truck, and I'll be there. 8 people here. I'm getting a little chilly again, so I'm going to turn the heat on without using my remote control. Let me turn this down. I don't think I can turn it down. Coffee's ready. We're having This was my old hazelnut, but I've got Walmart brand caramel pecan in here right now. Little Johnny's been over to check your place out. Nope, Little Johnny hasn't. Phil. Regular Johnny has. Little Johnny, he's funny. He's scared of me for some reason. And but I don't know if he's scared or shy. Because when I get around him, he'll just cover his eyes. He'll like try to look at me like that, and I'll hide behind the counter. Like he'll be on the couch. He'll get off the couch to come around, and then I'll go down. I'll be behind the island in the kitchen, and I'll go down like this behind the island. And he knows that's fixing. He knows I'm fixing. That means I'm fixing to come out one of the sides. And I start stomping my knees and hands. And boy, he takes off running. It scares him, but he loves it. That's my coffee from earlier. It's cold, so I'm going to mix it together. It might call on you to go adventuring. I'm here, but on the phone talking. No problem, Woodsman. No problem at all. I just want everybody to know, I don't get offended if you don't come in to my lives, or if you come in for just a little bit. I'm so far behind on people's videos, and I keep missing everybody's lives. That part's starting to really frustrate me, because I have notifications on, and I don't get the notifications for most people, even though I've got them turned on. Like Nolan's came on, it said get notified or whatever, so I pushed notify me, and then next thing I know, his video was posted and it was 2 hours old before I even saw it. Speaking of doctors, y'all remember this? Ain't that nasty? It's just filled with water. I need to get me a big old syringe from Tractor Supply. Suck that fluid out of there. The heart doctor did notice the arm, and I mean, he's just like, oh, it'll go away. But it hadn't gone away. When I went to the emergency clinic, because that's where our work tells us to go, the lady there says, well, just keep a pressure on it with a bandage and it'll go away. Well, it didn't go away, and the rest of my arm started swelling, cutting off circulation. So today I called, the lady there said that they couldn't drain it. They're not certified to do that or something. She said there is a sports clinic in town, walk-in clinic, that's part of our hospital. That's where you need to go. They can drain it if the bandage don't work. Well, the walk-in clinic, regular one, is 24/7, or not 24/7. But it's 7 days a week. The sports one is Monday through Friday. Well, how much sense does that make? The lady told me that today on the phone, and I mean, I was a little irritated, even though it's not her fault. And I said, well, I guess people don't have emergencies on Saturday and Sunday, or what? That's when sports are happening the most, is Saturdays and Sundays. But yeah, the regular clinic that can't do nothing about it is open 7 days a week. But the sports clinic that can do something about it's only open 5 days a week. Blue raspberry. I knew that was tasting different. I don't know why. I don't read, y'all. I was drinking that thinking, man, everything's weird tonight. The steak and now this. Well, I thought this was uh the same one I had yesterday. Pineapple, whatever I drink. This little heater works good. I really like it. I just hope it lasts. It's gonna be over in the corner eventually. I'm gonna have to wipe that meat juice up. I don't really have anything to wipe it with. I'll have to use my dirty underwear or something, I guess, that I have in my bag. Or that or my dirty socks. Oh, I need to keep this fire in the picture because I really wanted to camp out tonight, but I didn't. I got so much going on, y'all. I got this going on. I got work 5 days a week. I'm feeling the pressure of we need to keep working on that cabin out at Johnny's house too. But I want to get this place to where I can live in it decent. So lots going on. The man that gave me this stove also gave me a refrigerator. What's up, two guys? We're doing the same thing we did last night. Just sitting over here by this fake fire, staying warm. I wish a lot of y'all lived closer where we could hang out more. Woodsman, I think 210 lives closer to me than anybody. And then it would be the next one. There is one closer, but he hadn't been coming in much. He lives in Springfield. Grave digger guy. Phil, did you see that Byron is, I think he's getting close to 10,000 followers? That is so crazy to me because I remember seeing him pretty close to the beginning, the earlier stages. And forever, I had way more subscribers than he did. I think I was over 1,000 and he was still at 600, something like that. And then just boom, one day he had a video that people really liked, and that it took off, and he's just been growing ever since. I'm happy for him. Two guys, are you at work again? Dan, Outdoors with Dan. Dan, have you put out a video lately? I don't think I've seen one. I've seen I've seen a lot of your videos, but the main one that stands out to me for some reason, I believe it was you, is when you cut a bush down and hauled it with a four-wheeler or a lawnmower or something like that. I don't know why that one stands out to me. This is just me too. I have already been told I have to buy his new hat. My 10-year granddaughter. Watch it. Yeah. I need to get one of his hats. I just been broke here lately trying to do all this. A couple of shorts. Den's Outdoor with Den. He's got a couple of shorts. Yeah, every Saturday last month and the next 2 weeks. Yuck. Last night you said you do maintenance too, guys. What kind of maintenance? Like, I mean, you do all maintenance? Like, if a toilet breaks, you fix the toilet? Or do you work on specifically like big machines that they use? Or do you change out light bulbs? What kind of stuff do you do? They don't come out until he hits 10,000. Talking about Byron and his hats. I looked today. I looked at some of his stuff today, but I didn't get nothing yet. I'm getting sidetracked here. Everything well. Everything well, my guys do. Mostly I sit in the office. Oh, wow. That wouldn't be bad. So you're like an important person. Wonder what that feels like. My granddaughter also wears an Ozark bracelet. Yeah. I've sent those to a few people and gave some away. I've been slacking with my channel and stuff. I mean, I've been slacking for months now. I went through a time of, I don't know if y'all were with me, some of y'all, but man, I went through a time of, I don't know what it was. It was terrible. I thought I was dying. I was having panic attack. I mean, just weird stuff that I've never experienced. I felt like I couldn't breathe. The doctor put me on a medication that made everything worse. When I was on that trip with 210, I'm surprised that guy would even consider going on another trip with me, because I was freaking out about everything. And crying. It's weird, man. I was a mental case. And I finally flushed those pills down the toilet. And I told my doctor that I had at the time, because I looked up those pills to see what some of the side effects are. And one of the side effects that you can experience is major panic attacks. I've never had panic attacks. I've heard about them, and I thought it was just like being scared, like being nervous, or, I mean, if you've never had one, a real one, it's hard to explain. But it got so bad that I kept thinking There's no way I can live like this the rest of my life. I mean, I didn't think it was ever going to end, so I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I finally, when I went to my doctor, and I'm trying to say it without saying it, I've never had those kind of thoughts ever like that, ever. And I went to my doctor, and she says, "How are you taking the pills?" I said, "No, I flushed them down the toilet." I said, "They were giving me panic attacks." And she was really rude. And she said, "Well, I've never heard of that." And it's like, well, look it up, because that's one of the side effects. I can't believe they would prescribe something to you without knowing what some of the side effects could possibly be. And the pharmacist never told me anything about it could cause panic attacks. Yeah, I went and got a new doctor, and I don't think he's that much better either, honestly. It's just like my heart doctor told me. It seems like they're all about this. It's going to take me a while to find a good one, a good family doctor. That new one that I got, he's the one that told me that I was on the verge of having a heart attack. And my heart doctor basically said he's crazy. He's nuts. And to stop listening to him. So yeah, time to find another one. But anyway, during all that time, man, and then I kind of was getting over that, and then I decided to sell my place, and I was going to move to Oklahoma, and I offered on a house. They accepted my offer. The day of closing, the owner says, well, they couldn't close until the next day, and I ended up backing out. I don't know if that was the right decision or not. And then I bought this acreage here, 10 acres, and thought, well, I'm going to make that little house that little building into a tiny home. Well, it takes a whole lot more than $2,000 or $3,000 to make a existing building into a tiny home. It's costing way more than I anticipated. So it's just, my channel has really suffered. But eventually I'll get everything back on track and get calmed down. There's still a lot of work to do on this place. I got to put another wall up where the shower is. Another wall on the side of the shower. All the plumbing's got to be hooked up, which Johnny's going to help me do all that. The rest of the walls have to be put on. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the kitchen. Except it's going to be painted and trimmed out. I put it over there, and I put it on that wall over there. You are where you are supposed to be. The Lord moves us in the right way. We listen. Yeah, I agree with that. 100% I agree with it. Problem is, I was telling my boss, Johnny, I'm like, I'm one of God's problem childs, I think, sometimes. 'Cause I ain't always willing to listen. There's a big part of me that thinks I made a mistake by not following through with my plans. But the other part of me is like, well, whether I did or whether I didn't, I am where I am right now. And these lives are really boring. I'm sorry. I really think Greece It's bothering me, man. They found a way to clean that up before I sleep because that just grosses me out. Y'all see that? That is gross. Here's my dirty socks. Ooh. Smells good. Hooey. Smell like dirty feet and grease. Oh. This is that brace that I was wearing on my arm here. And it did go down some, but it didn't go away. And it made all of this just swelling up real bad because it's so tight. And it got to where it was really hurting my arm. Makes me nervous to keep wearing it when the rest of my arm starts swelling up because it's cutting off my circulation. There it is, though. Gotta go, my friend. It's bedtime. Got to get in the swing to go to work tomorrow evening. Oh, yuck. Appreciate you coming in, Phil. Always appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sorry it was so boring. Hope you have a good rest tonight, and I hope work goes good tomorrow. And I'll see you next time, man. Anybody else left in here? Well, the heater just went off. It is almost 8 o'clock. Just hanging with friends on a Saturday night. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Two guys is still here. Oh boy. Herbert's here. Herb, are you at your house? I know two guys at work, but are you at your house or out camping or where are you at? And what are the chances that we would just pick a date and it just happened to be the exact same date as that other mountain man thing. That was really irritating. Or not irritating, disappointing. Herbert T, did you go? Oh, did you do a video this week? He did one with Minnesota Mike. It's the last one I saw. Yes, I was gonna go camp this weekend. I am gonna go Monday. Supposed to be a bit warmer. Oh, you're one of those people. No, the video was Mike's video. Oh, it was? I thought y'all both put out one. Mike put out another video. I think it was a short. I don't remember if that was last night or today. I think that was today. About his kettle thing. He has some really rocking music with it too. Kind of surprised me. He got a wild side nobody knew about. Not all of us are blessed with a hot tin stove. Well, you could be. Kyle and I are going to Deso to look at camping gear. I never heard of that. Never heard of Deso. It's a Japanese dollar store. Oh. Huh. Never heard of it. Herb, can't you just go camping somewhere that has like a plug-in outlet and take an electric heater with you? One time I went camping with my friend. He lives in Arkansas now. He was living in Arkansas at the time, but not Arkansas. He was living in Muskogee at the time, Muskogee, Oklahoma. And I was living in West Texas. And so we decided to meet in the middle down there at Lawton, Oklahoma, where the Wichita Mountains are, which is where I was going to end up moving. Anyway, we met there to go camping, and I took a big full-size mattress for him to sleep on. I took a twin mattress for me to sleep on. A big old tent and a big electric heater, and we rented us a spot with a plug-in. It was awesome. I slept so good on that mattress. What's up, Raptor Will? Sitting here doing the same thing I did last night, man. Just boring people to tears, drinking coffee. I'm doing good, Raptor. How are you doing? Raptor, you made an announcement or something yesterday that you're fixing to do something or you just did something. What was that? I might as well get an RV if I need electric. I mean, that's what most old people do. I'm just kidding. That's like uh 210 and other people want to get pellet stoves for their hot tents. And to me that I'm like that kind of ruins it. It's like I don't know. I love real wood burning fires. But they have a really good point. I wonder if they make a stove where you can do like burn regular wood all day long and then when you go to sleep, use it as a pellet stove. So you don't have to get up constantly. I think Mike changed his over to pellet stove for his family too. So they wouldn't have to get up all night. Back to work. See ya, two guys. Raptor, I'm doing pretty good. I might go fishing tomorrow, possibly go live if I do. Well, I will try to be there if I can. I'll be doing work on this house, but I could have it planned. That's if I get a notification because I don't. I was telling them earlier I don't hardly get notifications anymore. I don't see that somebody's live until like 2 or 3 hours after they're done. It's really irritating. I ain't that old. Well, I mean, you're pushing at least like 78 or 79, ain't you? What's up, Woodsman? And I'm just kidding, Herb. I know you ain't that old. Off the phone finally. Woodsman's off. Okay, I'm gonna end the live, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming. I'm kidding. I don't ever want anybody feeling bad if they can't be here or don't want to be here or I mean everybody's got a life and got stuff to do. I'm trying to decide on since I don't have running water here, I have to like bathe in a bucket with heated up water. Trying to decide whether I should. I think I'm gonna go back to Johnny's tomorrow. Try to get a little bit more done on this before I start staying here all the time. Working on this thing goes slow. Coffee's good. Earlier I had heartburn, which when I eat right I don't have heartburn, but I didn't eat right today. I decided to have me some Mexican food with some super duper hot sauce. There's Nancy. What's up, Nancy? 2, 3. Oh man, it's taking a lot of wood to cover these walls. Nancy, oh, I had doing the same thing I did last night. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Had me some supper. It was terrible. It was like beef. They said it had been tenderized. You know, it kind of looked like what you'd use for chicken fried steak. And man, it was like chewing old gummy bears or chewing on a bunch of rubber bands. It was terrible. And I dropped it all over my sleeping bag. It fell on the floor, so I got meat juice all over the insulation back here and all over the floor, all over my sleeping bag. I still ate it, but it was a rough night as far as my eating goes. But if y'all wasn't here earlier, I got an armoire given to me today. It's big too. It's actually an entertainment center from the old days when you had those big old TVs. But you're going to put it. Oh no, sorry, my phone's kind of far away. No. My boss ain't a fan of those for some reason. We deal with those at work, but that's going to be my water heater. I just got to enclose it. It's 30 gallons, and a guy took it out of an apartment, and he says it's still good. I just had to like put some new wires on it, but it was sitting under an air conditioner unit, and so water was dripping on it, and that's what shorted out. But the people they just wanted to get a totally different water heater, so he gave that to me, and I cleaned it up. That's my toilet, tank, and seat. That's my shower right there. I gotta build a wall right here and on this side right here. And then I'm gonna have like a curtain that'll go from that wall to that wall. And then I'll also have a curtain over here covering up the water heater and everything. For those of you that wasn't here earlier, let's show you my mess. My steak. I dropped my steak. I cleaned it up with my dirty socks a while ago, but look at all that grease. It got all over the wall and the floor. Here's the chest that was given to me. I'm going to make it into an armoire. It was given to me for free from Marketplace. I'm going to take this shelf out, and I'm going to put a bar all the way across up here. And this will be where I hang all my clothes on hangers. And then down below, I'll use these little spots for towels, wash rags, socks, shorts, underwear, etc. And it's going to sit right over here in front of this. My refrigerator will be here, and then the armoire will be here. I'm going to cut the back of it to where this will be. You'll see it from inside the armoire. Can't beat the price, that's for sure. I was very thankful to get that. Dang, your bag won't ever leak water on that spot. Yeah, for real. I don't know if you heard me yesterday, Woodsman, but when I came out here, one of the things I was going to do was try to make a short video, not a short video, but a video that wasn't real long, on my sleep system, using the part that you and Mike gave to me. But I ended up forgetting stuff. Oh man, I'm so sleepy. This thing here, this heater, it heats up this little house really good. But it's kind of not consistent, you know what I mean? It's like it'll drop down to where it's colder than it should be before it'll turn on, and then it'll get hotter than it's supposed to be before it'll shut off. Well, that happens sometimes. Yeah, it happens quite a bit with me. I've had a lot of brain fog, a lot of confusion, a lot of forgetting. I'm getting old, man. It's becoming more and more of a reality. And then the other day, for those of you that wasn't in here last night, I fell off of the hoverboard. It actually wasn't the hoverboard falling off of it that hurt me. What happened is I recovered my fall, but I had this cup, and when I flew off of the hoverboard, this went up in the air out of my hand. I was recovering my fall, running real fast, trying to pushing my feet back. Well, then my feet hit the coffee that had splattered on the floor, and that's what made me go down. And I really thought they might have to call an ambulance for me. It hurt me so bad. And I couldn't pick up nothing without squatting weird. It was bad. Oh, it was so bad. Well, last night, every time I went to go sit down, like on the floor, I'm finally over. Like I don't feel the pain all the time, but man, when I go to sit down, even on this cot, if I sit down and my lumbar part hits, whoo, it hurts. I don't know if I cracked something back there or just bruised it. Tomorrow, I hope to get up the rest of the kitchen walls and then get my little tiny kitchen cabinets up there. Those things are expensive, but I wanted something that would actually fit. See, there they are. That's one of them. Right there. That's the other one right there. They're the same height. It's just that one's wider than the other. So that one will go over the stove. It's the same width as the stove, and that one will go over my sink. Last night when I cooked, I had bought some fairly expensive butter, and I cooked with it, And then I left it out on the front porch so it wouldn't melt. And the dad blame dogs from neighbors got it. They've been over here a bunch, pooping in my yard and stuff. I don't mind them coming over. I don't care for the poop, because now you get my truck, it smells like poop. You come in here, it smells like poop. You might as well get a rocking chair for the front porch, old man. You're not a. I'm trying to stay young, but I noticed when I get hurt, it hurts a little more than it used to, and for a little longer than it used to. That's for sure. I had a video come out today. If y'all hadn't seen it, no pressure, just letting you know. It was me and Tyler trying to hunt. He's been hunting since he was 4 years old. I think that's or 5 years old, somewhere around there. And he already killed one today, this year, with bow and arrow. It was a doe. So when we went out, he wants to get a buck. He's never got a buck with his bow and arrow. He's got one with a rifle or shotgun or whatever you use, but he's never got one with his bow and arrow. So that was his big goal. And we didn't even see one. I propose we raise the surface of the earth 3 feet so we don't have too far to fall. Yeah, for real. Either that or, man, next time strap big old pillow to me or something. That's part of what happened here too, because this I hurt way before. But it had kind of went down. And then when I fell the other day, I hit that lumbar part in my elbows. Oh, both my elbows is on concrete. And so both my elbows hit and my buttocks. This one's fine. Nothing, but this one started acting up again because of that. I've also noticed as I'm getting older, I get tired earlier than I used to. Man, I used to be a night owl. I could stay up all night long. But even when Woodsman and Minnesota Mike and 210 came down, we did that camp out. I laid down. They were standing around the fire, or at least Woodsman was, and Minnesota Mike. And I laid down for just a second. Next thing I knew, I was waking up. I had fallen asleep. I used to never get sleepy early. Now it's like I always like right now. It's only 8:19. That's what my phone says. But I guarantee I can fall asleep so fast. Next week's video is me installing this fan. That thing. Hunting and stuff with J&J. What's up, man? How you doing? We're just in here jabbering. I am jabbering, getting sleepy, trying to enjoy this fire. I wish it'd turn back on. I'm not cold yet, but I could be soon if it don't turn back on. Ooh. This 10 acres I bought, it's really quiet out here most of the time. You can hear traffic in the distance sometimes. I think they do have a dirt bike track around here somewhere, not too far away. And of course, you always hear airplanes, no matter where you are. My video after the fan. Oh boy, man, I'm so tired. Is me enclosing this front part and installing the door, installing the window. And then I haven't recorded since then. Like I went ahead without recording and put the insulation in. I started putting the wall on. Started putting that wall on in the kitchen. I'd record all that and probably won't record most of it. Just because it takes so much longer when you're trying to record. And I'm ready to get this thing done. For ever since I've had it, I'm like, oh, 2 weeks. I can start living here 2 weeks, 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, it's like 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, 2 weeks. Well, y'all, I think I might call it a night. I didn't really have a lot to say. Just wanted to get on here and hang out with friends. And apparently, I love to hear myself talk. Because that's what these lives are. Is just listening to yourself talk. I mean, I love reading the comments, but sometimes I need to go back and try I can't even remember the name of the other chat anymore that we were doing. Which chat was that, Herb? StreamYard. I think that's what it's called. Where you can have people come in with you and chat with you. I need to try that again. I hadn't done that in a while. If I can remember how to get on there. I'd be tired if I did half as much as you. I wish I had your energy. Well, I appreciate that. Sometimes my energy ain't good though. Gets me in trouble. Really got me in trouble when I was young. Back in my day, before they even knew what ADHD was, they labeled me, and it was ADHD, but they didn't use that term. They just said I had a learning disability. I was the doctor said extremely hyper. They put wires all over my head and did sleep tests with me, and that's how I started playing drums. I played drums most all of my life till just not many years back. And of course, I always liked the fastest, hardest songs. Um, they put me in gymnastics just to get all the energy out of me, gymnastics and track. And he also said that I had Lestixia, but mostly with numbers. Saw my numbers backwards, which I still struggle with that today. At work, bad. I struggle with that all the time. Um, I don't know. Like I'll read 2 inches as 2 feet, or I'll read 24 as 42, or something like that. Cart 123. What's up, Cart? Or that's not Cart. CNT 123. I was like, wait a minute, that don't sound familiar. I don't know if the glasses are smeared. I just can't see. What you up to, CNT? Oh, there comes the heat. The heat's back on. Just home, staying warm. Where are you at, CNT? I mean, what state? I can't remember. New Jersey. New Jersey. Ain't New Jersey where Laverne and Shirley was from? Or were they from somewhere else? Laverne and Shirley and Squiggy. I know Andy Griffith, they were all from North Carolina in the show. No, from oh, that's right. That's right. They were from Milwaukee. That's right. As soon as I read that, I knew that's right. I don't know why I thought New Jersey, but yeah, you're right. Milwaukee. How's life? Well, that's all I've been talking about all night. I've been a lot of complaining, I guess, sort of. Life's okay. Shots Brewery, yep. Just wearing out, wearing down, man. Trying to get this little cabin, tiny cabin, livable to where I can move into it permanently. So in the meantime, having to live at my boss's house in the back bedroom, and he's been nothing but good to me. But you just get that feeling when you're having to live at somebody else's place that you're just getting on people's nerves and getting in the way. Kind of how I feel. He won't take rent. He won't take payments for nothing. So I try to do stuff like buy toilet paper sometimes, or paper towels, or stuff like that. I mean, just something. So that kind of weighs on my shoulder. And then, as long as just like this cabin, and then the cabin we started building at his house has been covered for a while. The wood's probably rotting underneath the floor. Might be rotting, so we need to get back on it and start finishing it. And then you got work during the day. I think retirement age needs to be lowered again, man. I'm ready to retire. Just go camping. I was wanted to camp tonight, but Been working on this place, and it's like I run out of time. I get real involved in what I'm doing, and it rotted out. What rotted out? Oh boy. The cabin. Um, no, I don't know what you mean. I'll give you a tour real quick. Oh, I've already given a tour several times tonight, but I'll give another one. This is my ceiling fan that I installed the other day. Uh, Next weekend the video comes out for that, and surprisingly, that was one of my longer videos. It's weird. I don't know what happened because I thought that would go really quick. I'll show y'all the front outside. I didn't show that today. So, oh, this is what the front's looking like. Gotta get a storm door and put on there. And then that window, y'all will see on the video, things didn't go right with that window. But I built this little thing over it, this little awning. Still gotta be painted and stuff. But it keeps the water out. Just 10 acres out here. I need to tear that old trailer house down, but just I keep forgetting I got 10 acres out here. 10 acres feels like forever when you're trying to walk through it. I keep spending all my time on this little bitty section. I don't know what I did, but I did something. Back inside. Very nice, says CNT. Thank you. That's gonna be my kitchen area over there. That's how I'm doing the walls, and I'm gonna paint them. I can't remember how that's pronounced. The TRAU. Weather's cold. It's pretty cold. Not freezing. There's my ceiling. This is all got to be trimmed out. This wood here. That's gonna be my bathroom. My little armoire will be over here. My fireplace will be over here in this corner when it's all said and done. Got the windows covered inside and out, or on the inside so people can't see from the outside. Oh, I'm not sure what the temperature is right now, but it's pretty cold out there. Probably nothing compared to where you're at. And probably nothing compared to Milwaukee. Yeah, it's getting cold here, says CNT. The weather guy said the other day, one of the YouTube weather guys that I like, he's usually fairly accurate. Way more accurate than the local people. Seems like, but he said that 56 Wish I knew what the temperature was here. Can somebody type in what's the temperature in Branson, Missouri? I'm not in Branson, but I'm close enough to Branson that it should be about the same. Probably a little tiny bit colder, maybe a degree or two here. Branson, Missouri. 44. Nancy, is 44 where you're at, or 44 is where I'm at? Oh, must be 44 here where I'm at. Pretty chilly, but not in here with this thing. I slept in here last night with that thing, and man, I stayed good all night. .47 in Indiana. Ain't that where Herb's at? Yeah, I got this little stove at Menards. It was the cheapest one they had. That's why I got it. And I thought, it looked... None of them really look real, that they had. But it still kind of gives that cozy feeling and all that stuff. Got a free... Oh, that's right. Somebody told me we had a freeze warning for tonight. I forgot about that. I'm actually closer to a town called Reeds Spring, Reeds, Reeds Spring, Missouri. But it's so close to Branson that I think it would be the same temperature. Maybe a degree or two difference. Yeah, I remember somebody told me last night about there being a freeze warning. That's crazy for this time of year. Well, not really. It's already November. Man, it's going fast. I'm not getting to enjoy it much either because I'm spending so much time doing all this work. Well, y'all, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm sleepy. I think I'm gonna get in the bed, do a little bit of editing. And then just fall asleep with silence. Maybe watch me an episode of Laverne and Shirley. Kind of got the hankering to do that now. So before I leave, who was y'all's favorite on that show between Laverne and Shirley? Was it Laverne or was it Shirley, or was it a tie? I have a feeling who's most people's favorite was. Laverne. Yeah. That's what I figured. I think she was probably most people's favorite. Laverne. She was my favorite too, but they did really good together. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in. Squeaky, yep. Appreciate y'all coming in and sharing your time with me. Be sure and say your prayers tonight. Talk to the Lord. He's always there. He always wants to hear from us. I need to spend more time with him, honestly. But anyway, see y'all later. Have a good night. Talk to y'all next time. Bye.